Hey everyone, this is the look that we are going for today. This is a emerald green look with a pink cheek and a nude or just a glossy lip. So if you're interested in seeing how I created this look, then please stay tuned. Okay, so to start out this look, we always start out with a base. The base that I chose is Groundwork by MAC, and it is a almost a flesh tone color. And I usually put that just right on the eyelid and barely going into the crease. If you use a lighter color base, just depending on what kind of look you're going for, sometimes you can take it up into the brow bone. For today, we're just going to do the eyelid and right into the crease. Next, I'm going to take my blending brush. This is the tapered blending brush. It's the E40 by Sigma, and it's real fluffy. And I'm going to use a color called Brown Script. This is a color that everybody should have. It's a very good color for all looks. And it's more so like a reddish brown color. So we're going to take our brush, we're going to go into Brown Script, and we're going right above the crease area. And we're doing the windshield wiper motions. Okay. After that, we are going into a different color. This one is called Green Smoke. It's also by MAC. This one is a grayish green look, and it has some sparkles in it, but it's a grayish green. Taking the same fluffy brush, and we're going to go right up under where we put the brown script. So almost right above the crease area, but below the brown script. And this is just adding depth to the look. Okay, now I'm going to switch brushes. I am going to use still a blending brush, but one that is a little bit more defined and pointy, which is, this one is actually the one I showed you guys before. This one is from e.l.f. And it's still a blending brush. It's a little bit more tapered and pointier at the top. So the next color we want to take is one of my favorites. This is Carbon by MAC. This is a flat black, it's a matte black color, which is flat, meaning no shimmer, no shine, just a flat color. So we want to get product on the brush, and we want to go right in the crease with that. Whenever I'm doing a smoky look, I always like to put the color in the crease, and then I like to make a V and come down on the sides with that same black. And then you want to continue to blend into the crease. Next, I'm taking, now you can do it any, and again, y'all, these colors that I'm using, you do not have to use these exact colors. You can use whatever's in your collection that's similar. The next product I'm using is from the Wet n Wild palette. This is called Comfort Zone. And I'm going to go in with this color right here. And I'm going to place that on the lid. And that's just going to give my, it's going to give me like a base. It's not going to be the exact green that I'm using, but it's going to give me a base on my lid. And again, I'm using my eyeshadow brush, and I'm just patting it on. And another good tip when you're using a eyeshadow that has like shimmer in it, you can just put it, take a wet wipe and rub your brush in the wet wipe and get it just a little bit damp, and then pick up some of the product that way. So then we're going to place it onto the lid. And do you see how much product I picked up? Almost too much. But running it through that that wet wipe really helps. See how I got a little bit too much right there, but we can fix that. I almost don't need that other green. The next green that I chose to use is from my Sleek palette. Y'all, I love this palette. Sleek Cosmetics is actually a makeup company that's from London. This is their, it's equivalent to their drugstore brand. They have excellent products. But this is the Sleek makeup palette. It's called Divine. These are the colors. And it's called the Acid 570 palette. Now, the Divine palette does have different shades, but I chose the Acid because of the bright colors. So from this palette, we're going to take this green right here, and that is going to be my lid color. And again, you just want to pat. I never really rub my eyeshadows. I just like to pat. I don't know. Just a preference. It works better for me to pat. So now we have our lid color. Don't worry about fallout. As I told you guys before, I always do my face last so I can clean up the fallout. Then I can go back with my blending brush that we had before and get a little bit of that black, and you can go back and clean up the crease. So see, our look is coming together. Okay, then I want to go back with my fluffy blending brush. Where'd it go? And I want to blend where we put the brown script and the black, and just make sure everything looks smooth. You want that ombre effect where all the colors just kind of look like they are blending right into one another. Okay. And right up under the brow bone, I always like to do a brow bone highlight, but this time I'm just going to do a neutral color right up under the eye, or right up under the eyebrow. So I'm going in with my Urban Decay Naked palette, favorite palette, and I'm taking Buck right here. And Buck is more so close to my skin tone, but a little bit lighter. And I'm just going to go right up under the brow bone and right into the brown script color. Like so. Alright, next I'm going to take just a wet wipe, and I'm going to clean up under the eye where we had a little bit of fallout. Now for this look, I chose to use a cream or gel liner, and I chose to use black, but it's up to you. You don't have to use black. I just chose to use black for this look. I have found my favorite gel liner, and it is by Wet n Wild. It's only $3. I love this one better than I love my matte fluid line. And I'm just taking a flat brush like this, and I'm just going to dip it into the product and do my line. The thing with gel liner or liquid liner, any liner really, you really want to just take short, slow strokes. And I find this method to be easier for me if I hold my eye. And again, short, slow strokes. Now for this look, you could take the same liner and add a wing to it if you'd like, or you can just do a basic liner like I did. I chose to do a basic liner because this is a look that you can wear to work, you can wear out on a date. you know, you can make it, dress it up or dress it down. A wing would definitely add the drama to it, whereas a regular, just a basic line would just make it more work appropriate or just everyday wear. You can actually take that same gel liner and do your waterline. And I really like this liner because, you know, for the money, you get really great product. It's very, very pigmented. It's a lot darker than the one by MAC. It actually goes on a lot smoother. And I mean, I really, really like it. And again, I mean, it's only $3. And anytime you make any mistakes, y'all, Q-tips and wet wipes are your best friend. Now, under the eye, once you've done your waterline, I always like to take a color and go under my eye. And I am just going to choose a short brush, like a short shader brush. And you could choose really any of the greens that we used earlier. You can use this one from your Wet n Wild palette, or you can use the other one from the Sleep palette. So I'm probably just going to use the one from the Sleep palette. And I'm just going to go right into the lash line. At this point, I would just add my mascara. Right now, I'm in love with the Falsies by Maybelline. Or if you like, you could always add a false lash, which too would add more drama and glamour to this look. And as you know, according to, I think it's Pantone, green is the color of the year. So this look would definitely be appropriate. And I always like to take a little bit of mascara and go on the bottom lash. Okay. Now at this point, I would go ahead and conceal under my eye, conceal and highlight. And what I'm using is the Studio Finish Concealer, and I'm in an NC45. My foundation, I'm in an NC50, but for highlighting purposes, I always like to go a shade lighter. So I take my finger for this, and I go right underneath the eye, and go all the way up to kind of clean that area up. And with highlighting, I like to come as far down as the cheekbone. Next, I take a Beauty Blender sponge and I wet it with Fix Plus, or you can use I usually just use Fix Plus, and mine is already wet. And I just blend it out. Blend the concealer out. And what you're doing is you want to blend it into your foundation. And it's giving you a highlighting look. And then I would just take a stippling, I think it's called stippling brush, stipple brush, stifle, and continue to blend it out. And normally to set my concealer, I use the world famous Ben Nye banana powder. I really, really, truly like this stuff. I love this stuff. And I usually just take the Ben Nye powder, I tap it into the top, then I just take an acrylic sponge and press it in. With this powder, you want to press it into the skin. You don't want to brush it on, because what you're doing by brushing it is moving not only your makeup, but you're also moving your concealer. So in essence, you're just defeating the purpose. And this is setting your concealer. Now normally I would just let that sit for a few seconds while I do the other eye, but for the sake of the video, I'm just going to go ahead and show you what I do next. So then I take a very fluffy brush, and you want to lightly dust off the excess. And my next step would be blush. Another blush that I have fallen completely in love with, believe it or not, is by Wet n Wild. And this one is called Heather Silk. This is absolutely, hands down, my favorite blush right now. Very pigmented, and again, it was $3. $3. Look at that. That's beautiful. I don't know if you can see that. My lighting isn't the best. I'm hoping you can still see it. So y'all see the difference here and here once I added the highlight here and the blush. And then look on this side where there's no concealer, no highlighter, and no blush. This one is a more polished look. And from this step on, I would usually just add gloss or lipstick of choice. And another little extra thing that I've been into doing now is contouring my nose just a little bit. And I'm looking for my little e.l.f. brush. And you could take a dark shadow, such as this one. I use Brown Down, or you can use let's see, there are different blushes that you can use that are dark for contouring, but I like to use Brown Down because it's a dark enough brown, but yet not too dark, and it's something I already have in my collection. And I go from my eyebrows down. And essentially what you're doing is slimming your face. You see the contour there, and it's slimming my face. But that's it, ladies and gents. That's it for the look. I hope you like it. And it's basically just a beautiful emerald green with the brownish reds at the top, with a rosy pink cheek. And I would probably do a nude lip for this look. I wouldn't do too much for the lips. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the look, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.